Quando jogo futebol, não penso em absolutamente mais nada. Não penso nas frustrações de trabalho, no stress das contas para pagar, nem na ansiedade causada pelo declínio da nossa civilização. Quando jogo futebol, só penso em futebol. Foco-me em chegar à bola primeiro e em controlá-la bem. Penso em olhar à minha volta e procurar uma oportunidade para criar alguma coisa brevemente bonita. Quando jogo futebol, sinto que estou naquele sítio mágico, entre o sono e a realidade.
I'm just saying, if we record the intro in Portuguese, it'll probably sound a lot more poignant.
Yeah, so basically, across the country, every night there are organised football matches between complete strangers. Footy addicts are probably the sector leaders, but then there's all sorts of others that are ran by individuals, like on WhatsApp and online forums. Best way to describe it is it's Uber for football matches, or like Tinder for teammates with no strings attached.
Turn right.
Oh, fucking hell.
You alright, man? Are we good? Fellas? We okay? The 28 will get more of it's more like this, but with the 28 you want a bit of a higher aperture.
Mate, Joe Matip's first touch is me, honestly. Wait till you see me, mate. I heard about it through a friend at work. One of the lads just said, I've heard about this app. It's like, oh, go ahead, I'll give it a try. Came first session, absolutely loved it. I moved to Liverpool right at the start of lockdown. Moved up from Cardiff, where obviously I'm originally from. Coming from a city where, I knew quite a lot of people, had family, friends there, to a city where I didn't have that many people. Coming here just to have a casual game and not feel out of place at all was brilliant. That's how bargains, that is. Keep it cheap and cheerful. There's not many other things that you can do where you can just turn up with a group of random people and still know what everyone's going to be doing. Start of the game, quick hellos, maybe catch someone's name, quick where'd you play, and then, you're straight into it.
Go on.
I'm by no means any good at football, but being able to just rock up and play and not feel like I'm getting judged by anyone is brilliant.
Two minors, lad, and then one I went through a traffic light that I thought, I don't know, it was my eyelids, I looked away, I looked again, and it looked like the amber was flickering to green. Right. It was a pelican crossing.
We good?
Yeah.
Well, I just like playing, because I'm playing 4 times a week at the moment. It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Sunday morning. Like, I'm 68 now. And I always say to all the lads, never stop playing, because if you stop playing, you'll never start again. Your muscles, you've got to use them or lose them, I'm afraid. About 30 years ago, I did my cruciate ligaments in. And a physio told me I'd never play again. And I came away thinking, oh my God, I can't do nothing again, because my knee, it's like still loose. And I have to wear a brace. Oops, sorry.
Got you, I've got you, don't worry.
I have to wear a brace to stop my knee going out.
It's probably the highlight of the week for me, to be honest. We play 3 games a week together, and I work a job that's like 50, 60 hours a week, and Shay's in full-time education, so the time we get to spend together means a lot to us.
Honestly, I think it brings us a lot closer together, not only in our relationship but as a family as well. I love playing with a mix of different people, because it brings me experiences that I never knew, and stories that I never knew I get to hear from all around the world.
The English lads are always up for it, rain, sun or shine, always going hard, always going 100%. And then you see the continental lads, they want the ball more at their feet, they want more time. But it's funny, because they play for a few games and then they start adapting, they get used to it, they get used to the more physical aspect, they get used to not having the time on the ball. You definitely see all the different flavours that get brought by all the people who come, and it's educational.
Football just gives you a good sense of being, doesn't it? You enjoy doing it, so you just carry on.
Semi-successful first day?
Yeah. I'd say successful.
Yeah.
Oh, we're only 8 minutes away from home.
We're not talking about the Premier League. We're not talking about the Football League. None of the 9 tiers of the English pyramid. This isn't Saturday League, Sunday League, work leagues, or any other sort of organised competition. This is the casual pick-up game subculture in between. An enormous secret swell of players, young, old, any gender, of all nationalities from all walks of life, using apps and forums to sign up for matches across the country. It's not quite grassroots. It's not really amateur. It's something else. A revolution?
And I saw this application, Footy Addicts. You book your slot, you go, you play. So we met on the football pitch, played together, hit it off really well. Then we kind of grew closer together. Then lockdown happened. I was looking for a business to invest in. We've always talked about working together, so we started this cafe.
There is competition within the games, within the people there, but
It's all friendly.
But there's no like competition of having to do well to win the league, or having to do well to get points on the board and this, that and the other, and arguments and people losing their heads and this, that. You don't get any of that, and I think it really builds a community atmosphere. We started hanging out, didn't we?
That's how we all got to know, well, our group of friends in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, Yaya's now my best man, like, so...
There they are, the hallowed lights.
So when I started, I was a little kid playing for a boys' team in Droitwich.
I played a bit when I was a kid, but I hated it because I wasn't very good, so I got bullied for it.
Growing up in Egypt, we never really had anywhere to go and play football. It was quite tough.
And then after that, I got scouted for Birmingham City, and then went to Doncaster, Norway for a little bit. I played for Bari in the Serie A, went back out to Venezia, and they just started their women's team.
I think when I moved to Birmingham, was probably about 7 years ago. Couldn't play on the weekend because I was working, so just had a couple of mates who were like, oh, let's play during the week. So I'd, after work we'd play at our local power league. Just a struggle of getting a WhatsApp group with about 18 people, trying to get everyone in. 5-6 years ago, started playing midweek football, more of a casual community thing rather than a competitive game.
I was just literally trying to find any kind of football in Birmingham. I didn't know where to start. I was like Googling how to join teams in Sunday League districts and all of that stuff, but it was a bit too complicated, it was a bit too out of my league. But then I found a local group on an app called Meetups. It was a Birmingham football group, and then people are just turning up on a daily basis in different venues across the week, all ages, all different abilities and levels, just getting together for about an hour or so, just like here today, and just playing a bit of football really.
I think especially with society these days, it's tough times at the minute and people can't afford to go out and socialise, and if you're not fortunate enough to meet many people, like paying £5, or if you get a discount to come and play for an hour and meet new people, and if you're on the same team every week, like you said, you make friends, and I think it's good.
Yeah, especially after COVID, I just wanted to play some football, just wanted to get into sport. Didn't want to go to the gym, obviously, so I was like, oh, I'll find another activity to do.
I've never missed a week, I'd say, of football. Every week, I'm out here playing at least 2-3 times. I have to get some sort of football a week, it's just in my routine. Just
from my perspective of being an ex-professional footballer, you all know your roles, you all know what you're doing, you're all used to each other. So when I turn up and it's right, okay, someone new, everyone's levels are different. It's interesting to work them out quickly, and okay, they're better in this position in a split second. So I kind of like that aspect of it. It kind of takes me back to being in that environment, really.
How do you guys know each other?
We're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Okay. There wasn't an easy way of me asking that.
We never played together on the same team, to be fair, apart from today, so that was good. I guess we know each other, so I was I didn't have to say much, I was go back, I was just looking at you.
Yeah, you kind of know what he means by one word comment, so you know where he's going to be on the pitch.
Just being able to, come on the pitch and just let everything go and just play.
That's it, isn't it? It's just an hour of football. You all get together, nothing else matters. I feel like it's really nice, It's very rare that you'd get in a place with lots of different people that probably day-to-day life, you might not associate yourself with them too much.
You've got mates here, and even if they're not your mates when you first come, I've met all these guys and they've become my mates, I hope.
We didn't actually end up playing each other against each other.
No, but you've had a good game.
How would you describe Jason's style of play?
He runs forwards when he shouldn't,
He reads the game really well, and he has a pass in his back pocket, like ready all the time.
No, more than 2.
John, you've got fries in the wrap. They're in the wrap.
All right, well, the halloumi sticks.
You tell me a little bit about Terrible Football, Billy?
Terrible Football was created in 2015 by me and 3 of our friends. We had a football, but we didn't have anyone to play with, and we didn't want to have to go to a Astro turf in Shoreditch and pay £20 to get nutmegged by a 17-year-old. So we decided we'll stick a group on Meetup, try and get some people to turn up. It was the middle of winter, it was rubbish. After a couple of months, more than 10 people were coming along. Suddenly the momentum started building. Maybe about 4 aside, drizzling down. We played for about 45 minutes, give up when the ball got stuck in the mud and go to the pub. After about a year we had 20 or 30 people coming along and it was too many, and loads of them coming from South London as well. So loads of them came from South London and North London, so they moved and started up a new game in Clapham Common, Hyde Park and Hackney. And it was the first time I realised that it was like a model for how to play in park football, that you could just transfer anywhere you wanted. All you need is a pitch that you can play on for free, a bunch of willing players, a football and like a couple of cones. And it attracts the sort of people who are looking for a football match, don't have anyone else to play with. They might have come to the UK or London quite soon, they might not even speak English very well, but they know that they can come to a football field, have a kickabout.
So now after 7 years of running Terrible Football, we've got games all over London, all over the UK, in Manchester and Sheffield and Brighton. And we've got international games in Berlin and Amsterdam, in Taipei, South Korea and California. So you've got hundreds of players playing thousands of hours of park football all over the world. It's the worship of mediocrity, it's a celebration of rubbishness. Doesn't matter whether you're brilliant, whether you're awful, whether you speak English or whether you don't, you can all play Terrible Football and you can all come to the pub afterwards.
Wicked.
Nice one.
Pardon?
What percentage of the magazine gets written in transit?
Too much.
In terms of how often I play, 2 to 3 times a day, maybe five times a week.
3-4 times a week?
At least twice a day, maybe 5 or 6 days a week.
Me? Yeah. Oh, like probably 5 or 6 every week.
I used to play a bit of netball at primary school, and I used to see the boys playing football and it just looked like so much more fun. So when I told Mum, I said I'd like to try that, she burst out laughing. I'd say about 2017, I came along with a couple of guys to Footy Addicts just to try it out, and I just loved it from the first session, so I carried on coming. And at that point, maybe I just come to 1 a week, and then it started to be 2 a week, and then 3 a week, and 4 a week, 5 a week, 6 a week, and then 2 a day.
I'm a Liverpool fan, you can't say that to me. We don't like him after that cup final. And yesterday.
I think that's what the beauty of Footy Addicts is that it fits around your work schedule. There's games running from sometimes like 8 in the morning till 9 PM at night, and you can feel that no matter what you've got on that day, you can still think, oh, I can pick and choose which game. Whereas if you're part of a team, it's like training, it's at 7 PM. If you can't make training, you can't make it, or you won't get picked for the match.
Believe it or not, I'm actually 1 game away from 1,000 games. And I have a game literally in 20 minutes, it'll be my 1,000th game. My main goal to come to Footy Addicts was to just like lose weight and get healthy, get into shape as best as I can. I know it's not working, but I think my best memory is when Ian Wright was here. Being an Arsenal fan, got to play with him, he was wearing this sleeve. I think he was trying to disguise himself. Baller, absolute baller. Still had his finish in. I've seen Sean Wright Phillips there as well.
How many games have you played on Footy Addicts?
450.
450.
Round just now, yeah.
So the numbers, we've got I think like 10 to 12,000 people playing every month, and there's about 650, 700 games happening every week through Footy Addicts. It was born out of the need to play football. You should be able to just go online and play with people at your local sports centre. Like that should happen, and that's always driven me to be like, there will be something. You don't need to have, you know, a friendship group to do it. You don't need to be part of a team.
Oh, nice.
It was quite difficult at the beginning because you don't know anyone. You just, you know, go for a walk to your house, and then to your house, then the job. I think everybody knows how busy is London and how difficult it is to socialize sometimes. But football is definitely one way to completely, you know, get out from that routine. And I think that was really enjoyable to find out a new way to to just meeting new friends.
Have you seen him dancing, mate? You should see him dancing down at 9 Elms.
Oh, I can't do that.
He's repping at 9 Elms. They got the cameras on the pitch. You just see him doing like a samba or something when somebody scored a sick goal.
I don't know what he's talking about. A lot of these people are still working full time, so it's something to look forward to during their weeks. So they'll be at work and they'll be buzzing to play and maybe release some stress in a good way. But they've got something to talk about, they've got something to look forward to, they've got something to train for. So when their passion comes out, they might have stopped playing football altogether. And maybe Sundays isn't as, you know, enjoyable as midweek might be.
How's the 1000th game feel?
Milestone has been reached. Not many people might reach it.
Do you think you'll reach 2000?
Yeah, definitely. Give it another 5 years.
Quando jogo futebol, sinto que estou naquele sítio mágico entre o sonho e a realidade.
Being able to come play football, I get to put my mind on something a bit more positive. Be able to just let everything go.
Just to feel free. I get such a buzz, adrenaline, just a confident boost. No matter what's gone on in my day, you feel when you step onto that pitch that you know it's going to be enjoyable, positive.
The rewarding element of it is like seeing these people form friendships, like going to the pub or like Spanish lads coming over, meeting another Spanish lad. That bit was like, this is sick. Like we're creating something which is like worthwhile for people as well.
It's like some really, really lovely characters, and then they become family in the end. So yeah, like I haven't got like a one word for footy addicts, but yeah, I'd say family is a big one.
Why'd you come to every single footy addicts game?
I'm an addict. My name's Jason and I'm an addict.